and a good morning to you. It's Tuesday the 16th of July. This is an Englishman in San Diego. This is day number 2 of my week proper in San Diego as we get ready for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm down here by the harbour. This is the USS Midway, which is a floating museum run by previous serving members of the American Navy. Brilliant place to come and visit if you are wanting to do something away from the con, do something a little bit more, do something a little bit more touristy. Even if you're not a military person, it's a fascinating piece of engineering. It's just an amazing place to walk around. It's incredibly large as well, so certainly something to go and check out. Okay, morning coughs, I do apologise. So, plan for the day. Well, my day later is going to be tied up with going to see Pacific Rim, rather appropriately, of a rather militaristic bent. So Pacific Rim a bit later, and also catching up with 1 or 2 group members of Friends of CCI. So basically my afternoon and my evening is certainly tied up. But what I want to do with this video is do a little bit of a walk around to give people coming from the UK, and also if it's your first time attending San Diego Comic-Con, an idea of the lay of the land. It's going to be a slightly boring one, in terms of it's just going to be a point of view camera, and I'm going to try and keep it nice and regimented so you can get an idea of where everything is. However, I'm going to try and spice it up with some maps, so at least you can get an idea of where things are, and also where to queue up for things, especially when you're wanting to get your tickets tomorrow on preview night. Now, some things I wanted to cover first, actually, because I did the video yesterday where I had a bit of a whistle-stop tour of downtown, and 1 or 2 things were incomplete. So tell you what, let's have a quick look at those now and see how things are progressing on a Tuesday morning. So here we are at the Maritime Museum, a little further down from the Midway. And if you have a look at the map for the layout of the ships, you may notice a ship missing. That would be the Star of India. It's no longer there, or it's certainly missing from the collection. There's a reason for that, and we'll come back to it. Outside Petco Park, unfortunately the Wonderland Once Upon a Time display not completed yet. However, outside the Marriott Hotel, yes, the Helix display is now complete. So here I am outside the Marriott Hotel, and this is where we're going to start our little tour. This is Harbour Drive. There's the Omni in the distance. So what we're going to do is walk along. I'm going to try my best to explain how lines and where things will occur, especially when it comes to the convention centre itself. Across the road is Gaslamp. Now, as always, and certainly for people who are visiting from abroad, do be aware, of course, which way the traffic will be coming, and that will be down this way, coming from the left. This is where all the shuttles will be appearing, and we reach the first entrance for the exhibition centre. Now, exhibition centre A is going to be where you queue up if you are volunteering in 2013. Enter through here, you will get your allocation. First you will check in at the desk, and then work your way around, sit yourself down and get allocated a volunteer slot. Also where you enter for deaf and disabled services. There is an entrance to the exhibit hall here, exhibit hall A, but do be aware that is going to be particularly noisy and busy, as on the right hand side you are going to be right into the video game section. Okay. Now the exhibition floor is actually separated into two sections. If you've actually been onto Google Earth, you can actually have a wander around the exhibition floor. Well, you can the second section, which is where we'll get to eventually. So, all of these doors, the exhibit hall entrances, when the doors have opened, you will be able to wander into these quite freely. Now, everything is in setup mode at the moment, so not everything is in full flight, but like I say, once the doors are open, security will be able to point you into the direction of the doors which will be best to enter from. This should hopefully give you an idea as well of just how large this entire mammoth building is. Like I say, the exhibition floor covers this entire length of this building, and we're only at entrance B. People loading up, all the exhibitors starting to arrive, and of course the setups for all the posters going up onto the windows. Entrance C. Now this is the interesting one, because if you can just see inside, there is the escalators going up into the building. Obviously the escalators getting you up into the first floor. Let's see if I can get any closer. No, not really. Across the way, of course, like I say, there's the there's the Ender's Game experience, which will be holding set pieces which are being currently raffled off on their places for the Ender's Game experience. I believe raffled off on their Twitter handle, on their Facebook page. But that's currently being set up as we speak. I have asked if I can go inside and film, but that's clearly not happening. Now this is going to be my rocky moment, I suspect, because I'm going to try and give you an idea of logistics for actually queuing up for your badges, especially if you're coming in. Well, no, everyone will be coming in this way. Where you eventually line up will be entirely up to you. So there we go, the rather long one half of the exhibition floor. Yes, I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way up to the top because they've got the gates on, the windows on. But I can certainly give you an idea of how to get to sales. Now, these stairs will be open to the public. You can actually make your way up here once all the doors are open. So if you are wanting to get up to sales and to any of the panels, this will be one way to get up here. So, upstairs, this is the section that separates the two floors. Now, in there as we speak, they are getting all the exhibition booths for the autographs and also the actual place to go and get your badges. So you will be walking across there and into the sales pavilion. It's a bit bright outside, a bit dark inside. Hopefully you can see what's going on in there. So let's have a look at this view then. Gas lamp, the Hilton Bayfront, the Hard Rock Hotel, and looks like all the signage is going up as well for the Amazing Spider-Man. What an amazing experiment too. So let's make our way back down the stairs. In reverse, kind of. Should have done that on the way up, perhaps. So this is halfway down the exhibition floor. Like I say, the exhibition floor covers this entire length of this building, apart from Hall H section down the end, which we will reach. We will get there. I don't know, 7 minutes. I think that's a good time. Still quite quiet. The town is still in setup mode. So, 2 sets of stairs. Oh, I could have probably got up there. Shall I risk it? Nah. Basically, you walk across the entrance, the pavilion at the top of the stairs, from D, the escalator, across and into sales. This is where I hopefully the staff pass might come in. So there you go. It's actually entrance E where you'll be entering. The reason why I know this is a very familiar face who always welcomes everyone with a warm smile and leads you up the escalators across the way to the sales pavilion. So, if you're not entirely sure of the lay of the land, there is an outer corridor that runs the length of the exhibit floor. You see then you enter the exhibit halls. I'm going to take a wander down the exhibit floor and see how far I can get before I can get out the door. Like I say, quite a walk. Now, so this outer corridor runs the entire length of the exhibit floor. Now, don't forget that out here, Comic-Con and the exhibit centre, or the convention centre, very kindly provide Wi-Fi. In the exhibition floor, that's pretty much non-existent. There's no coverage at all. However, out here, if you do have Skype or if you have iMessage or any way of communicating on the net, this will be the way you come. Now, 2 entrances, or 2 sets of elevators to the first floor, all the way down the other end by entrance D. Good morning. Yes, there you go. Some escalators that take you upstairs. Now, these escalators as well will be the ones that you will come down if you queue to get into the exhibit floor from around the back of the panel rooms upstairs. Basically, instead of queuing up on the sales pavilion floor, you then go out into that connecting walkway, walk round the back of the exhibit floor, exhibit hall upstairs, and you come out above Hall H. Something tells me there's no way in hell I'm going to get in there. But all the way down, Hall H in full thread. No doubt we'll also be having some people in there setting things up. Ah, now then. Right at the end of the exhibit floor, and of course here's your entrance here. There is a bit of a walkway as it takes you down to the Hilton Bayfront and the grass section, which is being taken over, but the tents are going up. I'm not entirely sure of the time right now. I've been walking for quite some time. All the tents have gone up, or starting to go up. This is where you'll be shielded from the sun, or even protected from the night atmosphere if you are queuing overnight, which I suspect I will be doing. Nothing on the Hilton Bayfront yet. But I suspected that anyway. So no, that'll probably get started today, finish tomorrow. So now we're going around the back of the exhibit floor. The exhibit. You can tell I've been walking a while. The convention centre. And I'd kind of hope there's a schooner or an old style pirate ship around the back of here, because like I say, it sure as hell ain't at the Maritime Museum. But maybe they are hiring in a specialist ship, but not here yet. Everything queuing up, all the trucking and freight for all the bits and pieces. All the arriving this time. Good morning! Let's take a walk. So, actually, very quickly, here's the tents which you'll be snaking up and down. And if the tents are full, then the queue will come across the sidewalk. This is where I've got to be careful so I'm not run over at all. Across the sidewalk. It will then lead down the back of the convention centre. Oh no, hello. I spot me a pirate. Looks like I'm going to do a little bit more of a walk. Let's see what I've got down here. So, yeah. There's the tents. Leading you down the back of the convention centre, which at the moment is all loading in around the rear of the building. Now, the tents on the grass are also getting filled up. Looks like something is going to be happening on this grass section. Someone was actually talking, it's been taken over by DC. However, I'm seeing some Lego boxes over there. So maybe Lego will have something to do with this section. Yes. Queue upon queue upon queue. Of trucks. So like I say, usually at this point all this grass is pretty open because people are either relaxing or the queue would snake round. Good morning. How are you? I'm guessing this is for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag bits and pieces later on in the week?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you very much indeed. So Warner Brothers will be having an appearance on the grass, even though they said they weren't. Now, so like I say, the queue would be running all the way down here. Now, I'd hate to walk across the green, but it looks like someone already kind of has done. So I'll make it to...
VIP area.
Is that right?
Over there.
Oh, the WB, yes, of course. That's very possible, you know. However, I'm seeing a ship called the Star of India, based in San Diego, so I'm guessing this will be the... It is. It's the sail ship from the Naval Museum. And I'm guessing at some point it will be brought round moored directly at the back of the convention centre. I'm going to bring this to a bit of a close now, mostly because I'm extremely tired from walking. I'm also a little bit stressed out from my unauthorised access. I do apologise to the CCI staff, especially security. At the end of the day, the staff badge did kind of throw some people, and yes, I do believe there was a setup badge required. Don't worry, Marvel, I'm not going to be posting any of the footage either until Comic-Con's over and done with, because I would like to try and keep it a surprise, as I'm certain you do too. But safe to say, the activity inside, it's palpable, and they are working like busy bees to make that a hell of a con. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic setup, including that amazing stand that Fox seemed to be putting together. That looks impressive. San Diego is getting ready. Are people going to be allowed on the, I'm guessing allowed on the ship itself?
Yeah, they are allowed, however, I don't know what the scenario is going to be like, you know what I mean? As far as it's part of the game company.
Sure. When's it going to get moved around?
How do you mean?
Is it staying here?
For about a week.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know if it was going to be moving further around to the...
No, we just put it here this morning. This is where it's
Right.
going to be.
Okay. It is one hell of a dinghy, sir. Thank you very much indeed.